Yeah, I just think I have like a grander vision, which I sometimes forget in the, muck of everything, that it's larger. Okay? What's between us is uncomfortable right now, but the more I zoom in, the more uncomfortable it feels because the discomfort feels bigger. But the more I zoom out, I see the truth of everything because the actual event is larger. Whatever's between us is larger than just discomfort. And when I zoom out, the discomfort feels smaller in relation to what the truth really is, which is that, each life journey is always moving. It's like nothing is ever static. And then on top of that, the person living the life journey is always moving and changing. That's not static either. And then on top of that, any interactions we have, any connections we have, are also changing and moving. So that's not static either. And there are three moving pieces. It's like the three body problem, which is like almost unsolvable. It's too much moving and it's too random. And so, if there's discomfort, which there's bound to be, what I want to remember is because it's so much larger, not everything has to mean something in every single moment. A moment is too zoomed in for us to make sense of what something truly is. And I think, and there's always duality in everything. I think everything there is, right? There's always an equal and an opposite. And I think what I've been doing probably is trying to be present, trying to understand my understanding monkey brain. And then I'm merging those two together, going, I have to understand each moment, I have to understand the discomfort. I never really stopped to go like, let's understand the joy, because I guess we take that for granted. Why can't we just behave as if discomfort is the same as joy? And why can't we remember that yes, we want to be present, but being present doesn't mean understanding, it means living and experiencing. And you don't have to understand the moment. If you want to understand, you have to zoom out. And that's the truth. I feel a lot better even saying that. It's actually even bigger than I can comprehend by zooming out anyway. Even the biggest version of what I'm thinking of as I speak, it's even bigger than that. And if it's true that I believe that everyone is connected and everything is connected, how could I be afraid? See, yeah, I'm there. The discomfort just dislodged itself from my body. See, I fucking knew it. So what should I do? Just edit out the beginning when I said people's names? It's like I know these things and I forget them because when I zoom in, the discomfort is so huge. And I feel so much better already. It's just about remembering what angle I want to look at it from, because all of them are really true, aren't they? The discomfort is not untrue. It's just I'm not enjoying looking at it so close up. I could just look at it from far away. Not really to distance myself from the feeling of it. It's not the feeling of discomfort even that's uncomfortable. It's my attempt of understanding the feeling of discomfort that's making me uncomfortable, because there's no answer from the perspective and from the angle that I'm looking at. There's a clear answer. I just got to it within 5 minutes if I zoom out. The discomfort on the discomfort comes from trying to understand it from a different angle, from the incorrect angle. Right? So what's the answer? Let it everything be. I think also the discomfort is coming from my old habits and conditioning of wanting to make sure everyone's okay, to make sure everyone's okay with me, to make sure people like me or something. I don't know, but like the fawning, like I reach out my little tentacles to be like, you okay, tickling everyone. I do it a lot less in a different way, but I'm still doing it, even if I'm not doing it with my like words. I'm still doing it energetically, and I can feel that. It makes me uncomfortable because I've outgrown it internally in myself. So I think I don't want to be doing it, but it is like a default habit. I have to just let things be, and I have to turn the focus on something else. Like, for example, right now I was talking about zooming in and zooming out on that situation, but what if I turn away? All my life can't be spent in a lab dissecting things. What if I turn away and look at a beautiful day and go, I'm gonna go do my returns and do my eyebrows and get some matcha? Because doesn't that make you feel so good? Yeah. Because doesn't it make you remember that your life is yours? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Probably should do a different video for it, but F it. I was at family dinner yesterday. A family friend invited my parents, and they were like, is Samreen coming? Because then we'll tell our daughter also to come. And she, I haven't seen her in a long time, and she, got married and she has a child. She's a new mom. And I was like, yeah, I want to go to see them and to see her, and to see the baby. And so I went. Let me tell you this. I went to her wedding too, which was a while ago, and I was there, and she does this thing where she's like patronizing. Okay. She doesn't mean to be, and she doesn't. Maybe she. I don't know. By doesn't mean to be, I mean like sometimes people do things without really truly intending to do that thing. Okay. Like she doesn't mean to hurt me in any way. She's also much younger than me. And also, I guess it used to be a huge trigger for me when people would be patronizing. Is it still? I don't know. Like way less, way less. If it still is a trigger, it's way less. So anyway, she like called me cute at her wedding or something. Okay, and I was also like, like I think it was like when I was living at home, and it was a tough time for me. I wasn't like so solid internally, mentally, whatever. And I was like, ew, like why would I hang out with her? Which we didn't really even hang out. So I was like, fine, whatever. She's patronizing, calls me cute, whatever. But then, I don't know, something in my heart changed over the years where I was like, she's not a threat. Because I guess, like, the threat was never a person outside of me calling me cute, So when that dissolved, I was happier thinking of her, right? And I was like, yeah, I do genuinely want to see her. And we met, and it was like the dynamic was so different, so much better. Like just all the good parts of like our past, how when we hung out, but like much better, like just solid and like what's the word, like just more delicious. It just felt so comfortable, comforting, familiar. Felt like I was like with a cousin, like a sister, and maybe it's because I feel solid within, but it was just very enjoyable, and I was just so inspired. I kept telling her I'm so proud of her, the way she's parenting, like, she's just so fucking natural. Like, anytime I see moms in any environment, I'm like, wow, mind blown. Because I knew her since she was, like, genuinely a baby. Like, I knew her when she was in diapers. I would hold her hand and, like, walk across the street and stuff, like in Sri Lanka. I don't know, I've known her a really long time, but it's just so, I don't don't know, emotional to see her with her child and be such a good mom, like truly, and just be such a natural at it. And I've seen her go through like all her life phases where she's been like really awkward and I don't know, like it's not that I'm shocked. I never was like she's gonna be a bad mom. I'm not shocked at all. Even during her awkward phases, it's not like I was like, this is who she is. It's just very emotional. It's like how I felt when my brother graduated or something, or I see him like in certain scenarios, and I'm like, wow, that's the little child I held. You know what I mean? Like just a little baby. A baby's having a baby. So that was really great, and I love the baby. I love her. She's so sweetie. I love that babies have a personality like immediately, because she's only 6 months old, but she's like, I would never be like she's like every other baby I've met. Like just every baby is so unique. It's crazy to me. It's so crazy. It's like immediately you're born and you are someone. I mean, you're always someone, but do you know what I mean? Isn't that wild? It's like, dude, giraffes look at baby giraffes and go, oh, that's a different baby giraffe? Or like, are all giraffes just giraffes? That's what I mean, is like, she's different. It's not even that I'm like, okay, well, your mom is different and your name is different. No, she's a different person already at 6 months old. Like in a baby lineup, I could tell who she would be. Okay? Like even without, let's say, without looking, if I could feel every baby's personality, yeah, they would all be different. That's what I mean. It's like, that's wild to me. So that was really fun and enjoyable too. Oh God, meeting Memuna's babies also felt like that. God, my heart is so open. No words. That's how I felt with Memuna's too. Like seeing her being a mom and like, God, I have so much to say. I wanted to talk about it yesterday, but I didn't even talk about seeing Memuna. But seeing Memuna was so fun. I had such a good time. Yeah, seeing her being a mom made my heart feel really open and full. And she's just so great. Obviously, she's great as a mom, and so like patient and so present there with them. And like now she has 2, and I was like, I'm inspired. I don't know how you do it. Like, I don't know how you're doing it. If I was doing what she's doing, I would be like so tired. I mean, and then she is, but what I mean is I would be like, I don't know, she didn't even seem frustrated. And I know like they're her kids, but like she's just doing an amazing, phenomenal job. And my heart was full watching her do that. My heart was full seeing how her youngest child was like, I don't know, I think she's like 9 months, I forget now, maybe 10, maybe 11, I don't know. She would like, first of all, again, very different personality to her brother, and also very different personality to like Nibra's baby. Just all babies are so different. But as soon as I walked in, she would be like skeptical and suspicious of me, which was really funny to see in a baby. Like she kept being like, who is this stranger in my home? Like she did this face the whole time she looked at me. And like she would look at her family and go like, hi, and then she'd look at me and she'd go, you're still here? Like it's really funny from a really tiny baby. Like, how do you know the concept of skepticism? Like we're born with it. How do you know the concept of danger? Like but whenever she would look at Memuna, like she would crawl over to Memuna. Well, mostly she kind of likes being alone and like playing with herself like on her own and like making little noises, which I love. A lot of babies, there's no wrong or right obviously, but again, her personality is just so different, which a lot of babies are like, I want to be with someone I know all the time, but she's just kind of in her corner doing her things, and she'd look up and see her mom and just go back to playing, or she'd look up and see me and go but when she'd crawl over to her mom, she'd like look up to Memuna and she'd look like a light is like shining from the heavens above into her face. Like she looked like she's never seen her mom before, and her mom is the most beautiful thing that has ever walked the planet. Like an angel has descended from heaven, and she's being like, she's enraptured. Like that was her face every time she saw Memuna, and it's just so cute. That's so crazy and so cute. I loved that so much, and I'd go, Memuna. She looks like as if she's like seen God in human form, and Memuna's like, I know, isn't it cute? She looks at me like that. It's so cute. And then whenever her dad like comes downstairs or something, she'll just get so excited because she's so close to him. I don't know, it's very sweet, very cute. And she already like plays games with Memuna. Well, she'll like climb the stairs, which she knows she's not supposed to do. She's not even 1 year old, she can't even speak. She knows she's not supposed to go up the stairs, so she climbs the stairs specifically, and she'll yell with her voice to tell Memuna, oh, look where I am. She'll go, ah, and then Memuna will go, where are you? And she'll come out, and she'll go like, what is this? I told you not to go here. Like, just as a play fight, like they're doing a pretend skit. She's less than 1 year old. It's just blowing my mind. Sorry, but hello? What? Maybe I don't know about babies, but I thought, hello? What? That she's already doing that? I'm like, just, it was so cute. And she would like pretend to run away, but she can't even walk. She can crawl slowly. Well, she can crawl really fast, but just that whole concept, very cute. Anyway, I had a great time yesterday. I had a great time, and then also I was at dinner, like as in eating the dinner. Now we're at the dining table, and it's like me and Deborah and all these adults. Oh, I'm an adult. All these moms and dads, right? My mom and dad, and Deborah's mom and dad, and then a third set of parents, which again I've known. So it's kind of like familiar, comfortable situation. And there was a time when I used to be like bored of these things. Fair enough. But then there was a time when I came into my own, like I found my personality, and I just felt so, I found this like connection with God, and I found a deeper understanding of life and myself again a while ago. And when I'd go to these things, I'd feel so disconnected. I'd feel like they're not like me. I'd feel like no one's talking about things that I'm interested in. No one's talking about, I wouldn't even consciously feel that, because I never feel that, because I'm someone who's like interested all the time. So it's not really like that, but I would feel disconnected. That's my main point, is I would not feel a part of it. I would feel like so like deeply alone, this like yearning and longing of like, I'm alone in the universe. Like, where's my reflection? It's not there. It's like they would feel like a connected group. They're talking about things, and I would not get it. I would not be in it. Okay. Yesterday I went. It's true that I still wasn't in it, in the sense that, when like people talk in a different way about different things, and you're like, I'm not really in it. But I didn't even feel that, which I'm just explaining the situation here, is that like I really wasn't in it. But looking around, and I was sitting at the dinner table looking around, and everyone's talking, I just felt this overwhelming like feeling of connection. Like, oh, it was so big. Like, I was like, we're all here, and I feel like I'm part of it, and I feel connected, and it was just so different than that feeling of disconnection due to my personal difference. And then yesterday I was like, oh, I'm still personally different, but now I understand that we're all one. And now, how do I don't know if I'm making sense, because there's no way to put it into words, but I wish that I could, so I could remember it. And maybe I'm not meant to remember it anyway, but it's fine. It's just, it means so much to me that I want to discuss it. That there was a time that my spiritual growth and me becoming closer to God made me feel more disconnected from people, because the more that I walk down my path, the more I would feel alone in it. Because I'd go like, no one else is walking down it, and it's not really so far in the distance past or something. I still feel that alone feeling, but it used to be all the time, and it definitely used to be with people who I'm not like personal friends with, close friends with or something. And yesterday it was such a different feeling because I felt like I'm there. Do you see? I felt so present. I felt like I was touching the fabric of the environment I'm in. Like I was there, I was a part of it. I was part of the tapestry. Okay? In the past, I felt like I'm just there. Or I felt like I'm not part of it, the tapestry. Maybe I'm looking at it from far away, and it would feel isolating. It would feel alone. I would feel bored. I'd be like, oh, I don't know why I don't really want to come here. This is why I stopped hanging out for a long time. But now that I go, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be emotional. It's not about the people even there. It was that, oh, just everything was like so rich. It was like when you're like viewing your favorite moments as a highlight reel, and you're like, God, it's like when you look back and you feel nostalgic and you make every moment more romantic. That's what it was like in the moment. Like I just felt loving, and I felt loved, and I just felt like the presence of love all around me, of like between everyone. And it's irrelevant what they talked about and how they talked about it, because there was times when I wasn't part of the thing. I wasn't like, because I would have been like, this is an irrelevant conversation. I don't know. Does that make sense? But like, I didn't even think that. I didn't look around going, this is an irrelevant conversation. What I mean to say is, there are times when I wasn't part of the group, but I was part of the fabric of being in the group. And it just like made me so emotional. Just, it was like, I connected with everyone differently, and it just meant a lot. Like I just feeling the heart was open. Like I just feel like God was there. Which is, it's not about yesterday, it's that I could feel that God is there all the time, everywhere we are. You know? Oh, I don't know. I could feel it, finally. Like I thought me getting closer to God would always feel like I'm alone. But like more than ever, I feel connected to Him. And I feel connected to everyone through Him, and I feel connected to Him through everyone. Like I see God in everyone, and I see everyone in God. Oh. When I say God, I don't mean like Him. Oh, thank you, Father in heaven. I mean, I do mean that. I don't say that, but sure. But what I mean is, when I say connected to God, I mean like spiritually open to life is what I mean. And when I walk down that path, I used to feel really lonely and isolated, and now, yesterday it was really beautiful. And it wasn't because they met me where I am. It was because everything is just one thing. It was because I saw the God in everything, in that situation and that environment. I don't think that environment changed. I think I just saw it with new eyes, or with an open heart. Yeah. Like I used to feel a resistance, probably. I used to feel this feeling of like, they have all lived lives of like marriage kids, and they're looking at me going like, she's older, she's not married, she doesn't have kids, whatever. I don't know if they were even thinking that, but there used to be a resistance, there used to be a push and pull, there used to be like, this thing in me where I'm like resisting it, where I'm like, but I don't want to get married, which is still true right now. No, not married. Kids. I don't want kids right now. Do I want to get married? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to all of these things, but now, yesterday, there was no push and pull. Even though there's still people who are, talking about marriage and kids. They never, first of all, they never even previously were like pointing at me, going like, "Why aren't you married?" But there was a clear misalignment, right? And I'd have this sort of aura about me where I'm like, I dare you to say something, or like I'd go like, if they do say something, I'm just gonna be like, no, like blah blah blah. Like I'd be prepared for it, but there'd be an aura of a push and pull, of a resistance, of being like, me going like, stop, me going like, and yesterday, oh God, I can't put anything into words. Yesterday, I was there, and they're in their reality of marriage and kids, and I'm not in a reality of marriage and kids. But not only did I still feel connected in every way that a person can be, I also didn't feel this resistance or push and pull in me, because I know who I am and I know which reality I'm in. But it doesn't matter. I don't need to like go like this to maintain my reality anymore. My reality is still my reality, and their reality is still their reality, and I'm so secure in mine now that I am able to connect without anything here. And it's just such a new and different experience and feeling. Like, there's nothing that threatens me. At some point, I was sitting there looking at Nibra's, I was listening to the conversation, looking at Nibra's mom. She looks at me and she goes, she's very loving, she loves me a lot. She looks at me and she goes, Samarina, I'm seeing you after so long, and you're just still the same. You're the exact same Samarina. I was like, thank you. And she meant it as a compliment. But my mom lives in a reality of insecurity and survival mode, okay? So anything anyone says is taken with, they're trying to hurt me. Her. So, this lady says something to me, and my mom, without thinking, it's like a default setting in her, I think, where she probably thought that she's trying to insult me in some way. There's so many layers to this, but my mom was like, no, I don't think Samarina's the same. I think she's way better. I think she like looks better. I think she's like gained weight. Okay? There's so many layers to this. My mom saying that is an indication that that in the past, to my mom, I did not look good. And we all know this, but like, gotta turn these off. And number 2, I was like so skinny, and people used to like be on my case about it all day, all night. Eat more, blah blah blah. Like, just so incessant, right? And my mom didn't like that, and she would call me ugly and all of that, right? So my mom is saying this thinking that she's complimenting me and she's negating the insult I just received from this lady. But what's happening here is actually my mom has shown her true cards to me, and then the lady was like, no, like, no, what I mean is like, yeah, Samarina looks good, but she feels the same. And I know what she means. She means I've not become like an auntie. She doesn't mean it as an insult at all. She doesn't mean like, oh, you're not married, whatever. She just means I'm the same. I have this like same childish joy that I always had, and this like lightness of being, and like how I behave and communicate. It's the same, because other people, they sort of get more somber and stuff. So she meant that, okay? And my mom was like, no, like Samarina's like gained weight, and like she looks really good now. She's just, you know what I mean? My mom's going on like that, and I'm like, oh my God. And like, normally I would be offended, but it's just I was like, this is an indicator of how deeply my mom lives in survival mode, I think. has nothing to do with like what's really happening in reality, because she's only viewing reality through her lens of there's like she's just always on the defense, you know. I didn't really say anything to either of them. I was just like, okay, thank you, everyone. They're both trying to compliment me in a different way, but like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it was, yeah, interesting to see both dynamics, I think. Like, it didn't even have anything to do with me. What my mom said, it's not like my mom's thinking, oh, she used to be ugly or whatever. She's not consciously thinking that. It's just she will only ever speak based on what she perceived, and she will only ever perceive based on the survival mode she's still in. It's irrelevant to what she heard, what really happened. It's, yeah. I guess that's always true, is that we're only reacting to our perception. But if you're so heavily in survival mode, maybe it's like more biased. Like she's at some level always fighting. This has nothing to do with me. She was fighting on my behalf for no reason. Yeah, anyway, that's all I had to say. Love you. And have a good night. I don't know. Why did I say that when it's morning? Love you, have a good night. Bye.